People who cannot think clearly in a cluttered space are often responding to more than mess. For them, cleaning creates the mental order they need before they can focus, relax, or feel present. A sink filled with dishes can make a movie impossible to enjoy. A desk covered with papers and coffee cups can keep their attention trapped in unfinished tasks. Even after getting into bed, they may return to check the kitchen or straighten one last object. Others may call this perfectionism, control, or overreaction. But for many people, cleaning is not a performance. It is a genuine psychological need that helps the mind feel settled. That is why one crooked pillow or misplaced item can keep an exhausted person from resting. Subscribe to Thalvin Psychology to understand the hidden patterns behind everyday behavior. For these people, cleaning is rarely about creating a flawless home for others to admire. The real goal is the sense of peace that appears when the space finally feels complete. A clear counter can bring quiet. An empty sink can create relief. An organized room can make concentration easier and signal that the day is truly over. Clutter, by contrast, may feel like a constant source of unfinished pressure rather than a visual annoyance. Research has found an association between perceiving the home as cluttered or stressful and patterns of stress-related mood and cortisol. Still, people respond to disorder differently. Not everyone who prefers cleanliness is stressed, and not everyone who lives with clutter is unhealthy. The distinction is personal experience. The goal is not a perfect room. It is the feeling that arrives when the room is finished. When life becomes unpredictable, cleaning can offer a small, deeply meaningful sense of control. Work, money, relationships, emotions, and the future may all feel uncertain at once. Many of those problems cannot be solved in one evening. But a counter can be wiped, a desk organized, and a closet put back in order. That difference matters because anxiety often has no clear shape. It can feel endless, invisible, and difficult to hold. Cleaning gives that tension a beginning, a sequence, and an ending. A person may not control a manager's decision, but they can arrange their workspace. They may not know where a relationship is going, but they can finish the laundry. They may not solve tomorrow, but they can make the room around them feel manageable today. In that moment, cleaning converts helplessness into action and turns uncertainty into something visible, structured, and complete. Some people experience clutter as mental noise that never completely fades. Their attention may be sensitive to environmental disorder, so every visible object competes for a piece of focus. A cup on the counter is not simply a cup. It may signal that something needs washing, moving, or remembering. A stack of papers can represent unfinished decisions. Clothes on a chair can feel like another task waiting for attention. As these signals accumulate, the room may begin to feel uncomfortable rather than unattractive. The mind keeps scanning what should be stored, cleaned, completed, or resolved. This constant visual load can make concentration harder and prevent the nervous system from settling. The experience does not mean their brain is fundamentally different. It simply suggests that their attention may respond more strongly to disorder, turning ordinary mess into background pressure that can feel almost impossible to ignore. When the room is clean, the body may begin to shift from alertness into rest. Thoughts slow down, breathing becomes deeper, and tension starts to leave the shoulders. The space no longer feels like a list of unfinished demands. Instead, it becomes a signal that nothing else requires immediate attention. For some people, this visible sense of completion is what allows the nervous system to settle. A tidy home is not necessarily meant to impress guests or prove anything to others. It helps the person living there feel comfortable, grounded, and able to exist without constant internal pressure. Other people may rest simply because the day is over. These people often need visible proof that the day is over. Once the counters are clear and the room feels settled, the body finally receives permission to relax, let go, and feel safe in the present moment. The rhythm of cleaning can become a quiet form of self-soothing. Folding clothes, washing dishes, wiping surfaces, vacuuming, and sorting objects all create simple, repeated movements. Those movements can bring attention back to the present moment. Instead of solving every problem at once, the person focuses on one clear action directly in front of them. This can feel similar to walking, knitting, watering plants, cooking, organizing supplies, or writing in a journal. The comfort does not come only from seeing a clean room at the end. It also comes from the predictability of the process itself. Each step follows the last, each task has a clear purpose, and progress is easy to notice. Cleaning is not therapy in the clinical sense, but it can become a personal ritual of self-soothing, helping the mind slow down while the body moves through something familiar, structured, and manageable. Life often asks people to wait a time before effort produces a visible result. Someone may work hard without receiving a promotion. They may try to repair a relationship without knowing whether anything is changing. They may save money while the goal still feels distant. They may work on healing without being able to measure their progress. Cleaning is different because the transformation can be seen immediately. The room begins in disorder and ends in order. The person receives an instant result, a clear finishing point, and visible proof that their actions made something better. In a life filled with unfinished problems, cleaning offers a rare completed loop. That completed loop can feel rewarding and reassuring because it gives the mind evidence of progress. For a moment, improvement is no longer abstract. It is right there in the cleared surface, folded laundry, and organized room. For some people, the need to keep a home clean may be connected to the past. They may have grown up surrounded by constant clutter, unstable routines, frequent conflict, or adults who could not create a dependable environment. In those homes, disorder may have felt unpredictable rather than merely untidy. As adults, they sometimes build a space that feels completely different. An organized shelf can become more than a neat arrangement. It can represent a quiet promise that the present will not repeat the past. What they may be creating is not simply cleanliness, but predictability. Still, this does not mean that everyone who values order had an unstable childhood. It is only one possible explanation for why structure can feel so emotionally important. They are not only cleaning the home they live in. They may be building the home their younger self once truly needed, one safe, calm, and dependable corner at a time. Some people struggle to say they truly care. Instead, they express love by preparing and maintaining shared spaces. They clean a guest room before someone arrives. They clear the table before their family comes home. They wash and fold clothes so the people they love can rest more comfortably. Their orderliness is not necessarily a judgment of anyone else. It may be how they nurture, protect, and keep daily life feeling stable. But this sense of responsibility can also become heavy. They may quietly believe that if they stop taking care of everything, everything will fall apart. That belief can make asking for help difficult and resting feel irresponsible. To one person, it is only a cup on the counter. To the other, it may feel like one more responsibility silently handed to them. Behind the neatness may be love, vulnerability, and a deep wish to make others feel safe. Wanting a clean space is not a flaw. For many people, caring for the outer environment is a way of caring for the inner world. Order can create calm, focus, and relief in an overwhelming world. But it is important to notice whether cleaning supports life or begins to control it. A healthy habit allows flexibility, some imperfection, and the ability to stop when something else matters. It becomes concerning when cleaning consumes excessive time, causes fear, disrupts sleep, harms relationships, or continues even when the person wants to stop. Ask yourself one question. Does cleaning help you return to your life, or does it prevent you from living it? Maybe you were never obsessed with having a perfect home. Maybe order became one way you learned to feel safe, present, and at peace. Subscribe to Thalvin Psychology for insights into the patterns behind behavior. Thank you for watching and supporting Thalvin Psychology. Please subscribe, and let's keep exploring the psychology deep within us together.